Mick Corrigan here from Action Coach, and today I'm with Nicola Combe, and Nicola is the founder of Morecambe Bay Wills. Nicola, great to have you on UK Business Spotlight. Tell us all about Morecambe Bay Wills.
Thanks for having me, Mick. It's really good um, to see you today. And yeah, Morecambe Bay Wills is something that I founded in 2019. Um, I previously been in the corporate world as a management consultant, and then my husband Jim became ill with pancreatic cancer, and like many people who are faced with something like that, the first thought is, what are all the things that I need to do, and how am I going to get my affairs in order? And we didn't have powers of attorney, didn't even know what they were, to be perfectly honest. And that took it was really difficult without having those important documents in place. And Jim wanted to make an updated will. We'd made wills 14 years ago or something when the kids were younger, and didn't get to make it because he died in August 2018 before he was able to sign that will. So I was then left, not only sort of grieving, but also having to deal with all of this stuff that I shouldn't have had to deal with. And so I decided to set up a company of my own and go back right to my very early days of starting to train as a legal executive, go back and focus on wills and retrain. So I did that at the beginning of 2019, just over 6 years ago. And since then, we've grown organically, really. And we now have a team of 8 people. So something that started off with just us, or just me, I should say, for something sort of to keep me busy, has grown beyond all my imagination, really. And I think part of that is because right from the very beginning, we always said that what I wanted this business to do was to really focus on giving back to the people that had looked after us. So initially that was Cancer Care, the charity from Lancashire, North Lancashire and South Cumbria. And I also wanted to spread awareness. These things can happen. I was only 53, Jim was only 60. Don't just sit there in a comfortable place thinking you don't need to do this stuff, because the reality is, it might come, and be a really difficult thing for you to do. So I wanted to spread awareness. I wanted to make sure people were protecting themselves. They had knowledge of these things they needed to do, but I also wanted to set up something that was really quite affordable, because I didn't want finance to be a barrier for people to make these important documents. But I wanted to have this charitable focus. So from the very beginning, I decided it was a very community and charity focused business, and decided that 5% of every invoice we were raising would go to support charities, initially Cancer Care, and now there are 5 local charities. And so far, since 2020, when we really started to donate, we've raised over £31,000 and helped 4,500 people, and seen thousands more at many free sessions that we do out in the community and in businesses to spread the word. So that's Morecambe Bay Wills, sort of in a potted history of the why and what we're doing now.
So your experience is one that you're trying to avoid for other people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And at the same time, those that then go with you, you're passing that charity on to other people as well. 4,500 people, fantastic.
Yeah, we are. And we all know, you can go and do a free charity will or whatever, but what we do is we make sure that when people come and talk to us, they get a full service. So we have a friendly team. We are all women, actually. It just sort of accidentally happened like that. We have a friendly team that look after people in Cumbria and in North Wales, and mainly across Lancashire. And we see people at home, and we have an office in Lancaster that can come to if they want to, but they know that they're going to get that full service. So we talk, not just about what do you want to do, but what the whys and the wherefores, and the what have you got, and have you done these things, like have you made sure your pension stuff is up to date. And we're not financial advisors, but we've got a great network of people around us that can help. And so people come away with everything that they really need. we talk about things that they might never even have thought of. And so they also then come away with, a fully, properly executed set of documents. And then also the knowledge that they've also contributed to the charities that we support. And that we see it time and time again where people get that really, when you've made your will or you've made your powers of attorney, it's amazing how many people say, oh, I feel like such a sense of relief, or I've got that peace of mind, or I'm really reassured. But then they also have that little bit that says, well, I'm helping out other people as well. And that's why loads of people recommend it. Most of our work, I'm going to say, we did an exercise a couple of weeks ago, but almost 50% of the work that we have comes from, you looked after me, can you sort my mum out? Which is, honestly, for someone to say that, we'd like you to do this. So we have lots and lots of word of mouth referrals, as well as, advisors who pass work to us because they know we'll look after their clients in a really good way.
Sure. And the next question I'm going to ask, I feel like you've kind of half answered it already with what you've done, what you've said to explain how you operate. But what would you say differentiates you from other options that might be out there for this type of service?
Yeah, I think, people, we always say we care, but I mean, everybody cares. Nobody is in this wills business if you don't care for people. I mean, that's the reality. But I think, it's a really personal service. So if you want us to come and sit and have a cup of tea with you, talk to the budgie, cuddle the cat, stroke the dog, whatever it is, which often happens, we'll come and talk to you at home. If that's where it will be much more relaxed for you, then that's fine. If you want to come and sit in the office, we don't wear a suit, as you can see, from today. We don't do the suit across a formal table thing with loads of law books in the background. We're affordable, but I think the what really sets us out is the stuff that we do in the community, and that's what we've been really recognised for, in a number of awards that we've won, both from the firm and individuals in our firm as well, because people know that we're a small team, but we've got a big heart. We're here to do good, and I think that is a slightly different approach. We're not just there to make a profit. In fact, actually, any profit that we do make is shared. So half of it goes to the team, and so they get a stake in the business, so to speak, and then the other half gets fed back into community projects where we'll sponsor some of the things that they'll do, or give some free sessions or something like that. So
that's brilliant. That's awesome. So you've set up, you're well established, you're doing some great things. What does the future hold?
So last year, and I know that's not the future, but last year I think we did more than most companies would do in several years. So we bought a new business. So we took over Kendall Wills. We launched 2 new brands. We went onto a new system. We scanned 10,000 files from the previous company. We moved offices into newer, bigger offices. So we did way more than most companies would actually do. So the future for 2025 is actually consolidation. We keep talking about the word consolidation, and we're now in the process of looking at every process that we have and working through what we do well, what we need to improve, and doing some mini sort of efficiency projects. So that's 2025. And then, we've sort of just let things happen. The business has grown organically. I've gone from, something to do for me to do for a couple of days a week to 8 people. I don't think it will grow much bigger, to be really honest, because I think you get to the stage where you say, is this enough? And it probably is. We may add another couple of people, and I don't think we'll expand geographically. But I think what we want to do is turn what we do into, certainly me personally, into more social value stuff. So spend more of my time out in community stuff rather than with clients, because now we've got an amazing team that can do most of the client stuff. So I want to tip it on its head, do more of that social value stuff.
Brilliant. And what have you learnt along the way? I mean, you had a corporate career prior to this. This is a bit different. What have you learnt then, and how's that helped?
Um, I mean, I had lots of skills from from my previous. So I had an MBA, and I had lots of process transformation type stuff. I'd run massive big projects. I'd done a lot of digital stuff in the early days of AI. And so, I could take all of those skills. What I hadn't got the skill was running my own business. And I think the main thing that I've learned is surround yourself with people who want you to be successful. So networking is a fantastic way of doing that. I joined the local chamber, I joined a couple of networking groups, and people have got your back. But then you can also reciprocate that. So I've given a lot of my time into mentoring other either people in the will writing industry, or women who are setting up their own business. So I think just surrounding yourself with people who really want you to be successful is probably the best thing you can do. Go and find people who want to help you, and there's lots of them out there, to be honest.
Yeah. Great learnings, and thanks for sharing. And I wish you all the best, Nicola. Fantastic journey you've been on, and long may it continue. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.